Hello, my name is Jacqueline Hall, and my current pathway is biomedical.
Hello, my name is Gabrielle Castillo, and my current pathway is engineering.
We are both sophomores at the moment, and we would like to discuss about a career pathway that most female scholars tend to steer away at Gypsy.
So most female scholars tend to avoid the engineering pathway and do the biomedical pathway instead.
This just shows how much less girls are in engineering than boys. So less girls are in engineering.
And there are many reasons behind that, which could be intimidations to the boys and girls ratios in class, lacking confidence in skills, and also due to gender stereotypes.
And we understand that. I would like to move on to our experiences of taking engineering or an engineering class.
So I am actually in the engineering pathway, and even though the name may seem a little bit intimidating, it's actually a lot of fun, and I enjoy doing the work because I get to learn new skills and concepts I can use outside of school and also relate to the real world. Another main reason why I enjoy doing the work, especially in robotics, is because I get to build the robots with my own hands.
I am in the biomedical pathway, as mentioned before, and personally I'm in this pathway because I enjoy science more than math. I know math is involved with science as well, but I enjoy the idea of science more. You're probably wondering why I'm in this video that's all about the engineering pathway when I'm in biomedical, right? I also take an engineering class called digital electronics. In the beginning, it was immensely challenging and hard for me to get a grip in class because everything was new and I was being introduced with new materials that I have never done before because I was more focused in science and biomedical rather than engineering. And although it was hard throughout the entire semester or course, I've been asking help from my teachers and friends, which made it a lot more easier for me to get through this class, which was great.
So as Jackie mentioned earlier, it's how she used to ask her teachers and peers questions in class. We understand that it may not be as easy for other scholars to do the same.
Yes, it's very understandable. In order to get to where I am now as a scholar, to talk to my teachers, ask for help from peers or anybody, it took a few years just to develop the skill. We all know skills are not handed to you, but more as nurtured and developed over a few years.
So even if you don't have the confidence to ask people directly in class, you can always message your teachers and they can always help you ask guys outside of school as well.
So good luck. Hi, as I mentioned before, we'd have to have the laptop connecting to this part right here, and then have this part connecting to the breadboard itself to have it powered on. So let me demonstrate. Yeah, I have to go slowly because I wouldn't want to break it. The breadboards are delicate, very delicate. There you go. So as you can see, it's powered up right now. And if you remembered, I showed you the truth table. So the truth table displays the inputs and the outputs. These are the outputs that I would like to have on my display right here because that's gonna show our date. So I'm gonna put these inputs right here and to have these outputs. Let me demonstrate. So in order to get a 1, I must have all 3 of my inputs to be 0. Then so on, 1 for 2, so right there. And then 0, 1, 0. Get a dash, and then I'm just going to show you without talking. That should display 12-30-95 if you saw that. And then put these all switches down, you get 1 back from the start. And there you go. That is my date of birth assignment. Hi, we're back, and we're here to explain to you about our project that we did last semester for digital electronics. It's called the Combination Logic Date of Birth, aka DOB. So right here, the first thing that we did in class was choose a random date, not our birth date. So I was not born on this date. I just chose this date randomly. So the date I chose was 12/30/1995. And right here, as you can see, is a hex display 7 input. And these letters represent one of these lines lighted up. And right here is a truth table. So this portion right here is going to be your inputs, and then this part right here is going to be your outputs. And the outputs that I want will be the numbers displaying my date that I chose. And here it is, having it all out. These are the numbers required to create the letters that I need to create the numbers for my birth. And Gabby here is going to explain to you the next step that we did in our project.
So once we have our truth table done, what we do is that we essentially take the column of each letter right here and we write a logic expression for it. So basically what the logic expression does, it tells you that if certain inputs are on or off, then it'll make the circuit give off a 1. So in this case, it'll make its LED strip light up. So once we write those, we use a method called K-mapping, which helps us write the logic expression shorter. And then once we have that, the next thing we do is that we plan out our individual circuits for each one using logic gates. And so this is what they'll look like individually, but as Jackie's going to show here,
I'm going to show you all of them put together once I get this turned. So right here, as you can see, earlier we showed you the individual circuits for each letter. Now I'm showing you all of them put together. So this is how technically it's supposed to look like. And in digital electronics, we use a simulator on our laptops called Multisim. And here I'm going to show you the unsimplified version that I made on Multisim. It's very long because it's unsimplified. And then after we did the unsimplified version to see how long it is, our teacher had us simplify it to make it shorter. Right there. It does look intimidating and confusing. Trust me, it was. But it was fun doing it. I overcome those adversities. And after doing that, we went on this website called Tinkercad to virtually wire the wirings to make the circuits on the breadboard. What we would have done if we didn't have the pandemic and everything, we would build it physically. But this is what it looks like on Tinkercad. After showing you this, I actually made one in person because I'm in person. And here is the breadboard that I made physically. It seems like it took a lot of time, but it didn't really. Once you get the hang of it and you understand what you're doing, you can do it fairly quickly. And so here are the resistors, and here are the wirings and the gates and the switches. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye!